not sure how that works. I'll have to continue to play with that. Meth is back. Welcome back. And sure. .8 point delta. I'm not exactly sure what point delta is, but I think that's a pretty close game right there. So let's go ahead and jump into our picks and bans. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have Wraith at the moment. We will fix that. No, you're fine. I just have to fix it on my end because of how I'm setting everything up. I had to have, this is the first time that I've streamed with these, and so I had to have you on so that I could actually move and position you correctly. And so I should be able to do this, and now you are fixed for forever. Boom! Welcome back, Wraith. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 1 of the night. It is our normal Tuesday night custom shoutcasting games. This is XLNC Shoutcasting, and we've got some players who played a long time and players who are old players returning. Lucky Friday 13 and DX Meth. Sasha Hyena, been a little bit, but glad to have you back as well. In the meantime, let's roll through the champions that are being banned away. Warwick, Varus, Skarner being banned out by Team Henryman, whereas over for Team Int, we've got the Kazakhs and the Kaisa banned away. As the last ban, it will be the Timo, who's just going to recently been teased as getting a new skin, BMO. Have you seen that skin yet, Wraith? And he also only has, like, I think 14 skins right now. So, you know, he's got some skin love. Whereas somebody recently pointed out that Aurelian Soul is still currently sitting at 1 other skin. What? Thank you, country. Give me 1 second. Oh my goodness. What the heck? Alright, keep going.
Like, Jin was, with the Ginsu's Rage Blade, it was continuously stacking, and every champion was allowed to have recursive stacking with the new Ginsu's Rage Blade. Now, like I was saying before, that a few champions have recursive stacking. Recursive, basically, like, you have additive, which things are, like, the values are added together. That's the least possible amount of stacking. Then you have multiplicative, where the values are multiplied together. Mm-hmm. And then you have recursive, where they're continuously multiplied until you get an asymptote where it approaches 0. That's the best possible stacking. Rise can do it. That's one of the reasons that he's so good in the late game. He has recursive stacking with Rabadon's Death Cap, and then there are a couple of other champions, and everybody had it with Ginsu's Rage Blade, and still do. But now Riot is going, no, Jin can't be good, guys. It's not okay. So they are making a special exception how the item is designed to work. Like, I was reading through Riot's comments on this. I'm like, are you serious? You're making an exception in how this item is designed to work, so it doesn't work as designed with Jin. I am so peeved. I can't even tell you. It's like, it's one thing if you're just going to straight up nerf the item, but seriously, you're changing it specifically on my favorite champion, and he has a 48% win rate. It's not like he's
Crushing down
games.
lanes and everything.
He's still like terrible in win rate. Like he's 2% below below average, and now you're nerfing him. Come on, Riot.
All right, well, let's talk about some other champions. But before we do, let's go ahead and roll through the players and their champions real quick. For the blue side, Team Henryman, we've got Sadis Timo playing the Akali, probably in the top lane. Wincarnation with the Alistar in the bottom lane. No, it'll be Akali in the mid lane. I apologize. Wincarnation with the Alistar support in the bottom lane. I like Pogs playing the Tristana ADC role. Lucky Friday 13, welcome back. Been a long while, but glad to have you. Probably taking Zyra in the top lane, as it is Sasha Hyena, last but not least, taking the Ivern in the jungle. Is it going to be a Daisy MVP? We'll have to see. Giveaway Wraith for Team Int on the red side.
For Team Intentional Feeding, we've got Landex picking up Jin in the bot lane. We've got Catnator in the mid lane with LeBlanc. We've got Bananas in the top lane taking Pantheon. Janna in the 80s, or the support role, my bad, in the bot lane. And we've got DX Meth, played by Shyvana.
Played by Shyvana. Wow, Shyvana's in the commanding role, summoning DX Meth to the map. This is going to be pretty intense. I've never seen DX Meth. New champion, guys, coming in. This is what it's all about. The league meta breaking when you're playing the champion DX Meth, because Shyvana has left the game. But I am curious. What were you going to say real quick?
Oh, yeah. So you wanted to talk about more champions. Let's talk about, okay, so Jin got this special nerf. How about the fact that Kai'Sa has not been changed? Like, they did a small nerf to her Q and a little bit to one other ability. But her build path hasn't been changed. Nothing about her scaling has been changed. Oh my gosh, this is the most broken champion in the game right now. She has like a 54% win rate, and Riot's like, nah, let's nerf Jin and leave this, just pick her ban anywhere above like gold. You have to either play or ban her, because she's just free LP.
I honestly, want to talk really quick about Alistar, because a lot of games that I've watched recently make me feel like he is free LP. Really strong engage, very tanky early on into the game, and his just late game crowd control / engage is so incredibly powerful, especially when lined up with someone else that has that crowd control, say the Ivern's Daisy or Zyra's roots to lock people down and open up the opportunity for Alistar to go in, and especially paired with a Tristana, that is such a deadly combination, because if Alistar goes in deep, oftentimes, especially with certain champions like Ashe or I'm trying to think, my brain just completely fried for half a second. Varus. They aren't able to catch up if he's flash, headbutt, comboing to knock someone up. They have to walk a distance before they can start engaging with auto attacks. Tristana, however, can jump in. If she gets a killer assist, she can free jump out. Or if she's just wanting to feel more safe, especially late game, she's got such massive range that she can engage from that distance, even though Alistar is engaging with that jump. That being said, over on Team Int's side, you've got that super strong front line of the Shyvana, the top lane Pantheon, and of course that new reworked assassin LeBlanc coming out. The main thing that I want to see from this is the engage from that Pantheon, opening the opportunity for Shyvana to go in, LeBlanc to get around behind and assassinate, and Jin just to deal all of the damage that he can from the back line. The main thing is for that Janna to keep an eye on Jin's health and not allow him to be cut down by either an Akali assassination, because if they do, they lose a lot of their main damage source besides the assassination from LeBlanc. She's kind of that pop in, get a kill, back out, wait for all the cooldowns before doing it again.
Yeah, so basically what we've got is Team Assassins versus Team late game, front to back. Pantheon is garbage late game. He's absolutely terrible once people get items under their belt. He gets outscaled, and like Janna or even Alistar does a pretty decent job at peeling Pantheon off of his ADC. Ivern good for that too. So basically, the top lane is going. Yeah, top lane is going to just have to crush it, smash his lane opponent into the ground, especially Pantheon versus Akali. That is an interesting matchup I haven't seen in a couple of seasons. Anyway, Jhin is so good for picks. Pantheon, excellent for picks. LeBlanc loves picks. Janna, kind of the odd man out here, but even Shyvana's pretty decent at getting picks. She wants to farm up. And then probably, maybe not. Okay, so advantage DX Meth. Because at this point, if Ivern tries to take the buff, he will get himself killed. But he will take away the Raptors. Or a little bit of trading down in the bot lane. Landex, those fourth shot trades are really going to start hurting. Both AD carries starting with that fleet footwork for the sustain in lane. Definitely the best option. And the level 2 all-in Zyra versus Pantheon. Okay. That's about how you would expect that to go.
Yeah, and the bottom lane, Reincarnation knocks Salic back. He's very low health. The Tristana once, and the exhaust is down. The flash forced out, and exhaust from Salic are down. Landex using the heal as well, so that is a ton of summoners burned. But on the opposite side for Team Henryman, we've got Wincarnation having used the flash and ignite, as well as Pogs using the heal as well. I think trying to get the speed boost to go in, but Lucky Friday in a little bit of a tight spot. The Pantheon doesn't have much mana, so not many spears going to be thrown out there, but needs to play safe. Otherwise, she could go down a second time, and she's already burned that teleport just to try to get some farm underneath the turret. And she's pushed so far back. This is really not good. Already down 10 farm.
Yeah, and the thing is that in the bot lane, even though Landex and Salic got themselves engaged on it, level 2 Wincarnation just straight up flash pulverize knocking back. Should have been a free kill with the level 2 advantage. Well played by Wincarnation, but it was not well followed up on by the Tristana there. Probably was not expecting his support to go quite so aggressive. And as a result, they actually ended up losing that level 2 versus level 1 trade and trading evenly in summoner spells. Not what you'd want to see.
Oh, Alistar engaging once again, though. That's going to be Salic potentially falling down. A nice stun goes down. This time, I like Pogs was ready. Kali in the mid lane, maybe in trouble. Flashes forward, gets the ignite down. Catinator's ticking away. The minion might be enough, and Sadist Timo cleans up Catinator, forcing the flash out from the LeBlanc as well. Beautiful play. All summoners down in the mid lane, but that is going to be Akali taking advantage.
Yeah, that was actually very surprising. I was expecting LeBlanc to get that kill, but well played by Akali. And it looks like it might be another kill on the Landex. Yeah,
Wincarnation, super tank it early. I like Pogs going deep, jumps in for the last hit, and flashes to safety. Ivern there as well to make sure that that Tristana can get out alive. Janna chasing in, knowing that that Pogs is very low health, but not going to be able to find the Tristana, and she's going to be able to get out. So really aggressive plays, and that's what I talked about with the Alistar's feeling almost like Freelo in that he's so tanky. That was a level 3 Alistar taking 2 turret shots at half health and still walking away alive. Lucky Friday 13 trying to walk away alive now. Bananas has been chunked to low health due to those plants. However, may be able to chase the Zyra down. She is low health. And oh! I saw damage tick away on Alistar. Lucky Friday 13 may be able to get a kill here on Bananas if he flashes forward. But LeBlanc here going to guarantee a kill. And Bananas does get credit for that. So now 2-0 in the lane against the Zyra, who's already down over 10 farm. That is so painful.
Yeah, also the early dragon going to be taken away by Team Int. Shyvana just really heavily focusing on Drake. Hold on, she's playing against this Cloud Drake here. Cloud Drake does have the highest attack speed of any Drake and has the potential to really kill the Shyvana at level 5, even though she can 1v1 most Drakes at that. But the bot lane rotates up and gives her a hand with it, and that is a Drake and 25 armor and magic resist. Is it 25? Hold on, let me read that. It doesn't say. Awesome. Thank you, Riot, for that very impressive tooltip.
Doesn't say. Doesn't need to. Doesn't matter, right? Because it's a Wind Drake. Nobody cares about the Wind Drake. It just gives you a little bit of extra movement speed for the Alistar to go in. Getting a nice double man knock up. Salic maybe falling once again. I like Pogs with some good pairing up. Now hopping in again just to slow down. Landix Ignite ticking away. Doesn't need a double kill for the Tristana, and that is going to be Pogs on the saving grace for Team Henryman because their top lane has fallen behind. The Ivern hasn't done much overall, and that Windrake did go over to red team in the mid lane. Catinator losing out, and that's really what happens when you have a double snowball in the mid lane, is that when one starts to get ahead, they're just going to continue to chunk the other. In the meantime, though, Meth is here trying to get a gank down. Sadis Teemo invisible off to this side. They're aware that she is close by, and that's going to be finding a Catinator, getting the trade killed with the help of the jungler. If you're down, just bring extra help.
Exactly. I was about to comment on how Sadis Teemo was playing those trades. The reason LeBlanc can be so dominant in lane is a lot of the time she jumps in, QR, and she chunks your HP a ton, and then nobody responds to her trade after the fact. So she gets a ton of free damage off really quick. What Sadis Teemo was doing quite properly. I'm looking for a dive right here.
Yep,
level
and
6.
they're going to find it. Level 6. The Alistar tanking up, doing good work, opening the door for Pogs to get yet another kill. 5 kills now. BF Sword already completed. Wincarnation low, but no one there to stop him as the Shyvana tries to steal away the blue buff. Wincarnation goes right back in, taking up the turret. Heal is down from Pogs just to save him. The shield on Sailor, and that's actually going to get a trade kill. Delayed long enough. Wincarnation with a sliver of health will sneak by the turret, using those minions for cover. In the mid lane, Sadis Teemo just getting some damage onto Meth as he tries to slow the mini wave down, giving time for LeBlanc to show up, as LeBlanc is already at the bot lane turret to try to respond, but a little late.
Like I was saying about LeBlanc trading patterns, if you watch closely on how Sadis Teemo plays these fights, he'll go back in after LeBlanc has already kind of chunked her out. However, this looks like LB just getting a free kill on the Ivern.
Yeah, Catinator doing a nice job catching out the jungler. Now Sadis Teemo in trouble. Tries to finish off Catinator. One auto attack away. Ignite ticking so low, but that health potion going to heal her enough that she is able to survive. And that's why you always use a health potion when you engage or get engaged upon. It has saved so many lives. And this time, though, I don't think Landex, even if he drank a health pot, would be able to do much. The shield's down from Janna, the tornado, to try to get disengaged. Pogs just walks away from that one. Meth here as well. But this could be the double engage if Incarnation decides to go back in. But Landex just goes ahead and leaves the game. Landex. Ugh.
Yeah.
Hopefully that was just a DC. These are tournament draft games, so you can pause it. I'm not exactly sure what went down with that. It could have been him leaving the game, but that's going to be Pogs finishing off the turret. And now DX Meth on the run, trying to get out and using the ultimate, has been able to escape for now. Wincarnation versus I Like Pogs. Or not versus I Like Pogs, but Wincarnation doing a good job of just pushing red team back.
And it looks like Landex is back.
Sadist Timo is down though. Banana's getting a rampage, getting a nice kill. Now Wincarnation catching out DX Meth. Gets the shield from Janna, keeps her alive for a moment, but that is still going to be Shyvana falling. It's in the top lane. Lucky Friday 13 versus Catinator. That is not a fight that you want to engage on. Lucky Friday even throws out the ultimate, forcing Catinator to back out, though she may have already done that. But
yeah, that was actually really good micro play from Catinator. After taking the tower, and Landex is dead again.
Yep, and here comes the Daisy, maybe MVP, isn't able to hit anything. Pantheon going towards the bottom lane, may do enough damage to finish off Wincarnation. He is going to get one. Now moving on to Pogs, trying to finish it off. Daisy's here for the CC though, and that's going to be with an extra bush. The two members of Henryman walking away, and Catinator sits in the bush long enough, waiting for Lucky Friday to want to come out to farm before the assassination goes down.
Yeah, so that was really good micro play in the top lane from Catinator. On that all-in, he waits for the turret to pop his passive to where he goes invisible and splits into two. And during that splitting process, he hits the second portion of his W, pulling him out of tower range, and sends the clone over to attack and go for the finishing blow. So Zyra drops her ultimate and pretty much blows everything to try and keep herself alive. Almost got the snare down.
Very close,
yeah.
But Sadist Timo still gets one. Good moves, though, from that Catinator. I hadn't even thought about it during that moment of invisibility, using the rest of the W. Now Sadist Timo tries to get over the wall, but not quite going to make it. DX Meth, though, even with the Wind Drake, not fast enough. Still on level 1 boots. Wincarnation comes in for the engage. Catinator goes in for the assassination. One more auto attack will get it. Very low health, though. Has to back out. That's still 2 down, though. Red team picking them up really quickly. Bananas here now to try to defend in the mid lane. It is all about this bot lane duo. Can they 2v8? As they are going to have to carry the rest of their teammates who are just so far behind.
Yeah, so props to Salic right there for that ultimate to heal up. If anyone had gone down right there, then I Like Pogs would have had resets on resets and probably would have gotten a triple, if not a quadra kill.
Bananas getting engaged upon. Very low health. The loss of the grenade, though, not going to finish him off. Just put him within kill range as he's going to get behind the turret and recall. So that's going to be Blue forced to back off. No more sieging in the mid lane. Bananas doing so well, though. 6-0. Really trying to take this game for his team on his back with the help of the Godinator, according to Panong Nong, for the red team, Team Int, which I think we may have seen a little bit of inting earlier from Landex, but he did rejoin the game, and we are continuing as a 5v5. Rift Herald is on the map. Ocean Drake up as well. Neither of the junglers going straight there. Instead, just continuing to play around vision and trying to get these turrets down.
Props to Pogs in that last fight for using... Hold on, Landex is probably dead again.
Nice little knockback. Landex uses the heal, but he's been caught in the side lanes. Ivern comes up as well. There's no one around to stop the Jhin from falling. But the bait was all that it was about, as the rest of Team Int now going to pick up the Ocean Drake. Akali around the side decides it's not worth to try to go over the wall and catch any of that. So double Drakes now to Team Int. They are pushing into the top lane turret. The Pantheon doesn't have teleport, but does have his ult if he wants to try to get up there and save it. He has blocked a tower shot, but he's low health. That's Shyvana pushing them back. Daisy's down, looking for the knock-up. Tornado knocking up 2 as well on the side of blue team. And if they layer the CC, it will be really nice. Sadist Timo with the Ignite taking away. Banana needs the shield from Janna. Oh, not going to use it. It's already on cooldown. She already tried to protect the... I'm not even sure who it was. But it is going to be 1-for-1 traded in the mid lane now. And red team backing off as the top lane turret did fall and Tristan is headed back towards the mid lane.
Yep. And I Like Pogs might face check this brush, but no, they have wards in there. I Like Pogs taking a huge chunk of damage, and Wincarnation in there, he's incredibly tanky. He gets knocked up, but his ult is taking, I don't think anybody has the damage to take him out. Catinator almost one-shot by I Like Pogs, and that's going to start the chase down. It looks like DX Meth is going to die, but he's going for I Like Pogs. He's not going to get it. I Like Pogs gets the triumph proc. And that looks like it's going to be all she wrote. But Bananas re-engages onto Wincarnation. That's not the target you want as the assassin. And now the tables have turned, and they are trying to chase down Sasha Hyena dancing forward. Wincarnation knocks away the Scuttle Crab, and it looks like Bananas really, really wants this kill. But Sasha Hyena there with the shield, and that's going to be the end of that fight.
Unless Tristana decides to re-engage. Bananas may be the one re-engaging, but there is 4 members there, and that is a bit too strong for him. Tristana chasing in, throws down the grenade. Banana goes back in regardless. Gianna's shield keeping him alive. The heal as well, trying to keep him up, but he is still going to fall. Pog's very low health. That's what everyone's attention is on, but they cannot finish him off. Catenator getting some good chunk damage onto Sadist Teemo, starting to try to stack up, and Landex with the crit 4th shot will take that Akali out. That is one of 2 people that is destroying your team. It mostly is about this Tristana, as everyone uses all of their spells to keep the Tristana alive. And the 12-1 Trist continues to go home and buy more items. Now moving on to a 3rd item close to completion, as the many members of Team Int are still sitting on half or maybe 1 item.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid, the amount of gold change. Salek is ignited, but doesn't look like he's gonna fall there. It's kind of stupid the amount of gold Tristana is up right now. She has an Infinity Edge and a completed Static Shiv, as well as completed boots to Jin's Boots of Swiftness and a BF sword.
Oh, what she did? Oh, tries to get the slam to knock Landex up, but a very quick flash in response. I think Wincarnation misjudged the distance on that, so I don't think it would have landed regardless, but still a fast flash from Landex.
Yeah, and meanwhile, DX Meth is over on the side, and he's going to take away this Rift Herald real quick. Really good good macro play right there, recognizing that everybody was mid. However, they are going to sacrifice Bananas and possibly Salek as well as the mid turret for this. The question is, what can they get in response?
Yeah, mostly it is about this mid lane turret. Oh, DX Meth goes over the wall, but that's a 1v4. Janet trying to heal him up, but the ult has already been finished off. Pogs is godlike, both finishing off the Shyvana and taking the turret down, moving in onto the 2nd tier turret, but with that red buff, not too concerned. Hops over the wall, finds Catenator, but Cat's got the boost! That's taking Pogs out with another nice route onto Akali, so there's no room for chase. But this 0-1 and 15 Alistar Wincarnation has just decimated every time that he engages.
Yeah, so I really want to point out something right now, something I meant to say. Hold on, Salek's probably about to die here.
No, it looks like he's gonna. Oh, Salek, I see. Yeah, tries to get the shield down. Salek, Teemo, or Sadist Teemo. So you said Salek. Janna,
I did say
but Sadist
Salek,
Teemo now, maybe the one who's about to go down as Catenator here as well. The Janna starts the redemption, keeps it alive for the moment. Is it going to be enough? Salek does fall. The prediction from Wraith, too strong. But Catenator was only doing that to make sure that Janna could not steal the LeBlanc's blue buff, because you do not want that blue buff on your support.
Yeah, but I mean, getting a blue buff on Akali, worse things have happened. But she definitely needs that mana regen. Anyway, that's a joke, by the way.
That's a joke.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? There was a really important. Oh yeah, important point right now is that a lot of times Tristana, while she is one of the better late game scaling champions, the thing is it's like Lee syndrome, which is, you know, I landed the Q, I have to take the Q, even though it's into 5 people and there's no one around. That's Lee syndrome. Tristana has something similar. In laning phase, you can use your jump aggressively, and you can really mess people up by getting that extra damage and getting in their face. But we just saw, I like Pogs use
Banana jumping over the wall with the flash to engage. The smite down from Meth as well, just to guarantee the slow. Banana's taking up the turret, and that's giving free damage for the 2 members of Team Int with the Rift Herald. In the mid lane, though, it's blue team engaging. Sasha Hyena, very low health, Ignite ticking away, but Pogs is destroying the turret. Sadist Teemo, very low health, just off to the side, tries to get out of a bad spot. This Landex going to fall as he was way over the wall. The LeBlanc clone going to fall, but it's the Janna as well, Salek, and that's going to be both teams across the map taking out both members, or 2 members of the enemy team and a turret. But the question is now, with 3 members strong and Daisy, will they move on to the inhibitor turret? It is just Pogs with the blue buff.
Yeah, it's possible. I doubt they can take it. The recalls have come through, and I Like Pogs is now going to take that inhibitor turret. So unfortunately, not worth, but a decent play from behind from Bananas and DX Meth to get themselves 2 turrets with that Rift Herald. Definitely a decent trade.
I finally figured it out.
Considering they are behind.
I was running through my head how Pogs got blue buff, but I believe that Akali or Hyena picked it up in the jungle, and either Trist walked by it or Akali died, and then Janna picked it up. Salak got his first kill of the game, and Tristana was able to pick it up. I'm not positive, but that's my theory on how the blue buff got on the Tristana. Anyway,
yeah.
red buff being picked up by the red team on Pantheon. Bananas 7-3-2 with the help of Catenator holding the mid lane has done wonders to try to slow this game down. They're only 3,000 gold behind, which is surprising considering how dominating the early game was from that Tristana. And she is still 3 items completed with an additional BF sword, incredibly strong. But there's a lot of assassination opportunity both from the LeBlanc as well as a Jhin, 4th crit shot can be devastating if you're not expecting that and your low health still sticking around.
Jin's so far behind now that he's not really going to be doing that much damage, but that is a good point. In a normal game, the thing that you really have to watch out for in this game is blue team is going to live or die by I Like Pogs and his late game damage. Everybody else is so far behind or on a supportive champion that they're not really going to do all that much. Akali's doing okay for herself. She's really far behind in CS, even behind the 1-8 Jhin. Still dealing damage because it's Akali.
Jhin forced a flash tornado, only going to land on 1. DX Meth trying to distract, able to get the team out alive. Alistar nowhere around for the engage for the top lane. Second tier turret going to fall. DX Meth looking for the engage onto Wincarnation. Landex doing decent damage over the wall. Daisy has been spawned. The Giovanna, it goes in, but very low health, going to quickly fall. No one can touch Pogs as he picks up yet another kill. Starting those resets. One shot puts the Janna at half health. She's trying to escape. Daisy continues to chase away. Not going to be able to get in. They want this inhibitor turret. It will be breaking the base open for the first time. Catenator here looking for an opportunity to jump in an assassination. Bananas coming in from behind. Engages onto the Tristana. Is this going to finally take him down? Bananas heads back. No one has still yet jumped onto Pogs. The Akali goes in to finish off the Pantheon, taking him down. Now Sadist Teemo looking for another opportunity. Assassination. Salak trying to stop the take of this inhibitor with the tornado, but nowhere close. Wincarnation gets another combo onto the Jhin. Sets it up for Catenator to come from behind. The Tristana has fallen. Catenator can start the resets himself. Picks up 1. Can he pick up a second one though? And that is going to be him taken out though by the Akali, the assassin from blue team. Henryman taking him out now. Wincarnation continuing to CC away, but can anyone finish off Sadist Teemo? Salak finally gets him with a W. And now DX Meth forced back. Wincarnation on the run. He's got a lot of CC but low mana, so not able to use it too much, and may eventually fall. May eventually. I mean, Janna has red buff. Okay, there you go. And Wincarnation with no mana is able to walk away.
Yeah, like I said, they win or die by I Like Pogs. If that champion goes down, if the Tristana dies, basically that's all of their damage gone right there. And the thing is that Tristana is playing, and I've been trying to point this out for a little bit, she's been playing laning phase Tristana, and it's been working for her because Wincarnation is playing amazingly well with his engages. However, if he has a different support and not Sasha, Hyena on Ivern in the jungle, he's going to have some serious issues. Whenever Alistar is engaged, he's jumped forward. And the thing is the reason, like, Tristana can get massive leads in the laning phase and go, gee, guys, how I died. Lucky Friday 13 is about to die.
Yeah, Bananas ulting in with the help of Catenator, getting himself the 8th kill of the game, which is also nice for Team Int because they can set up around Drake. However, the Baron has been started by Henryman, and with that Tristana damage, Wincarnation tanking away, they should be able to pick it up. DX Meth off to the side. Does have Smite, but doesn't have Flash. Uses the ult, but that is very early on. The CC has started as well. Tries to smite before the end. It's all up to the Jhin. 4th shot. Tristana able to finish it off. Bananas going into the back line, sending up for Cat and Nader. Pugs is low health, Ignite taking away, forcing her to jump away, but the Pantheon has fallen. The rest of the team, especially this Akali, has finally picked up enough damage with that Gunblade that they're able to clean up Bananas, which so far the game has been difficult to finish off. They also were able to pick up Baron onto 4. That is impressive. Now Cat and Nader looking to try to get some damage onto the mid lane turret with 3 here as the members of blue team Henryman come out from the mid lane to defend. Should be able to defend.
Yeah. So Tristana once again jumping forward in that fight, using that jump not as a defensive option, which at this point in the game, your jump is basically only for defense or resets to clean up a team fight. Jumping forward aggressively into a retardedly fed LeBlanc or a retardedly fed Pantheon is just asking to get one shot. Sasha Hyena and Wincarnation are playing very well to save I Like Pogs from imminent doom. But I'm actually very surprised that he didn't get one shot there. I guess Catnader got caught off guard.
Yeah.
But the QWR combo would have killed him from 0.
So members of Henryman moving in. They've got the resets and the jump. Sadist Teemo, almost without the help of Wincarnation, takes out Landex on his own. This Jhin has been nothing but shut down the whole game. And moving in onto the Nexus turrets, they have a 17-3 Tristana, who's going to try to finish off DX Meth. He finishes off the Janna behind the Nexus itself before hopping right back over, getting the resets with the assist. Ivern cleaning up the kill onto the Shyvana, taking out the one Nexus turret. Second Nexus turret should fall as well, as this Tristana cannot be stopped. And that is going to be game 1 going over to Henryman as they pick up a couple more kills. Akali just sacrificing her own life. And Pog's jump onto the fountain is interrupted by the end of the game. Team Int has truly inted, and the game has fallen over to Henryman becoming victorious.
What's the story behind Henryman?
I don't know, but they said don't bother Henry. He's cool, and leave him alone. So I guess we leave Henryman alone for now.
All right. So we're gonna do honorable mentions and MVPs really quick once my client loads
in. That's always the key. I've got a nice spinning logo of Doom.
Okay, so MVPs, honorable mentions, and shoutouts. We'll go quickly over to Team Int. MVP or honorable mention is going to go over to Bananas, playing laning phase well and keeping his lane opponent down. However, I have to say I'm very surprised that it was Akali versus LB. I feel like Akali would have a better matchup into Bananas because at least Pantheon wants to get into melee range. But really, putting Zyra up against Pantheon is just not fair. And we saw what ended up happening there. But the reason Catnader gets the MVP on this LeBlanc is because of the way he played team fights. So often you see assassins play team fights the same way they play 1v1s. You know, you just jump in, dump all your stuff on one target and hope they die and no one peels them. Catnader was sitting off to the side and he had one target in mind. He didn't just blow everything on the first person who walked by. You see Fed assassins do that a lot. I can kill anybody, but should you kill anybody is the question. Catnader kept his eyes on the prize and on multiple occasions obliterated I Like Pogs, punishing him for jumping forward with that rocket jump aggressively. I've heard a saying that I've started to love recently, that if it's stupid and it works, it's still stupid and you're lucky. I like Pogs got away with stupidly jumping forward like on 10 different occasions where he should have been punished for it. However, he was so far ahead, and I have to say, Wincarnation and Sasha Hyena played very well. I want to give MVP for Team Int, or sorry, for Team Henryman. Oh, that's tough because there are 3 really good candidates for it. Okay, I think I have to give honorable mention to I Like Pogs and MVP to Wincarnation. Sasha Hyena was on the table for honorable mention, but probably the reason he doesn't get it is because he didn't have a ton of gank pressure in the early or mid game. He didn't really do much in his role except to keep I Like Pogs alive, which is a good thing for your support jungler to do. But I think that Wincarnation really deserves that MVP, because of his early game engages, getting his ADC ahead, all of that. Like, he landed so many double knockups. He did flash knockup engages, knockback. He did really well. So Wincarnation gets that MVP.
All right, so that's MVPs and honorable mentions. So that was only game number 1. We are going to jump into a game number 2. So if you're interested in getting into game number 2, do not use the I want to join the game thing below the stream. The reason why is that their panel has actually become very problematic in that it actually, the option to be able to clear names and reset it has not recently been working. So I've been trying to communicate with them and figure out how to do that. But we will be joining in. I guess I'll switch over back to the lobby. Boom. It'll look weird for a second, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll be getting back in here in just a second. What I wanted to do is 5v5, 5